From fishes in lungs to baby squids in mouths, here is our top 10 animals found alive in people. Number 10. 25 baby cockroaches found in man's ear. A man from China woke up one night with a very bad earache. When he went to the doctor found 25 baby cockroaches alive in his ear. The doctors were able to remove all 25 babies and save his ear. Number 9. Fish found in boy's lung. Children in Madhya Pradesh in India like to play a game where they challenge each other to eat a live fish. Anil Barela almost choked on a 9-centimeter fish that ended up in his lung while playing this game. He couldn't breathe and was struggling for air when he was sent to an emergency operation where doctors were able to remove the live fish from his lung. Number 8. Spider found in woman's ear canal. Li Meng from China had been complaining that she heard constant scratching all day long and thought she was being punished by evil spirits. Doctors found a small spider in her ear. After a bit of a struggle with the spider that kept on moving deeper into her ear canal, doctors were able to remove it safely from her ear. Number 7. Maggots found in man's scalp. We all hate flies, but Aaron Dallas from Colorado has a good reason to despise them. After a trip to Belize, he started to get lumps on his head. Doctors thought it was just a reaction to insect bites that caused these lumps. They were almost right. A botfly did bite him on the head, but what the doctors didn't realize was that the fly laid eggs in the open wound. It was only once the lumps started moving that the doctors found 5 maggots under his skin. Using tweezers, the doctors successfully removed all the maggots. Number 6. Fish found in boy's bladder. According to a 14-year-old boy from India, he was busy cleaning his fish tank when he needed to go to the toilet. With nowhere to put the fish, as the fish tank was empty, he decided to take the fish with him to the toilet. Now, we will leave it to your own imagination to figure out how the fish ended up in his bladder, but thankfully, doctors were able to remove the fish during a delicate surgical procedure. Number 5. Worm found in man's eye. 75-year-old PK Krishnamurthy went to the doctors with an itchy eye and ended up going for surgery. Doctors found a 12.5-centimeter long worm that found its way into his eye. After a small surgery, doctors were able to remove the worm from his eye and he made a full recovery. Number 4. Woman's mouth impregnated with squid babies. Here's a story that could put you off your calamari for a while. A 63-year-old Korean woman experienced severe pain in her oral cavity immediately after eating a small portion of parboiled squid along with its internal organs. She quickly spat out the food in her mouth, but still had a prickling sensation in it. When she went to the hospital, they removed a dozen small white spinacle-shaped bug-like organisms stuck on her tongue, gum, and cheeks. Yes, the dead squid spermatophores were still active, and they'd inseminated the woman's mouth. Number 3. Tapeworm found in man's intestine. A man from China who loved to eat raw beef has spent 2 years being examined by different doctors because of stomach pains. The doctors treated him for chronic anemia and stomach ache. Doctors found out he was infected with a parasite after studying his feces and finding tapeworm eggs in the stool. The man was prescribed a drug to counter the tapeworm infection and a laxative. 2.5 hours later, the patient excreted a 20-foot-long tapeworm. Number 2. Leech found in woman's nose. When Daniela Liverani began experiencing nosebleeds while traveling for a month in Vietnam, she thought she must have just burst a blood vessel after falling off a motorcycle. She also would sometimes see something sticking out of her nostril, but figured it was just congealed blood. A few days after she returned to Scotland, she looked in the mirror to examine the inside of her nose and realized that what was inside was no ordinary blood clot. It was a 3-inch long leech, about as wide as a thumb. Doctors at Edinburgh Royal Infirmary were able to pull the leech out. Number 1. Eel found in man's intestines. A 59-year-old man from China was taken to a Sichuan hospital complaining of abdominal pain, dehydration, and a great deal of anal bleeding. Doctors were mystified as to the cause and obtained permission from his family to undertake an exploratory laparotomy. Cutting open his innards, they discovered a 50-centimeter long Asian swamp eel lodged in his rectum. His condition quickly worsened. He stayed for 10 days in intensive care, but eventually died of his injuries. Has something like this ever happened to you? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay tuned.